Hello, fellow trackers! Welcome to a new Star Tracker stream. In this case, we are talking about production. And I have another special guest. This is Rasmus, everyone. This is Rasmus, and he's a game producer at Raw Fury. How you doing, Rasmus?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
I'm really glad you're here because I'm always excited to know, new things about our games and production is a perspective. I'm not an expert, so I'm really curious about, all the stuff we are going to discuss today. So yeah, for the new people, Star Tracker, the new demo is now on Steam. You guys can try it. It's available for everyone. So today we are going to showcase the demo while we talk about some stuff. So let's go and start with the. I know this is a very basic question, but I think it's really important, to start from the very beginning. So, Rasmus, what is Star Tracker?
Ooh, oh yeah, that's that's a simple but also very
Yeah.
very large question to answer. But yeah, I'm gonna. Star Tracker is a truck simulator set in space, basically. You can go around hauling cargo. You can gain your certificates. You can explore the galaxy, and you can also complete. We have like a bunch of trucker stories as well. You can follow around some of
Yeah.
the different storylines of the different truckers that we have.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, really, really good description. Okay, so another question that I know people is curious about. So, how did Raw Fury find the game? How they find, a Star Tracker?
Yeah, so we get a lot of pitches in, but Monster actually pitched a Star Tracker, and we were just sitting and watching some pitches, and we saw the name, Star Tracker, and we were like, could it be? Could it actually be a truck simulator in space? And yes, it was. So yeah, the rest is history. But just from the initial pitch to Raw Fury, they completely nailed the vibe. Like it was rough, but everything was there, and we was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's a really different concept. I agree with you that the first time I saw Star Tracker, I was like, what? I mean, this is really something different, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me because I'm constantly reading this on social media, on Discord. Like, so guys, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know I needed this, but I need it. It's like I want to be a trucker in a space. So yeah, that must have been like a really cool moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. It kind of feels like I'm coming from playing a lot of trucker simulators and
Mm.
simulators in general as well. That's one of my what do you say, guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of feels like Star Trek is really filling one of those spaces that was left. Like empty space. And it's actually set in space. It's a kind of genre where it's like we need to have more games. I think Star Trek is a very special type of game where you could really feel that empty space.
Yes. We have also felt like a lot of people love the concept because since we released the demo, we have seen a lot of comments on social media, the forums, Discord. I mean, thank you guys because we expected, because we have been reading your comments. We knew you were excited, but not this excited. So thank you because this is really amazing, and for all the people involved in the game for sure. Obviously, the devs they are not here today, but they are also like really happy. So Rasmus, how far will you say has the game gone?
Ooh, if we're talking from the initial pitch demo that was pitched to us, the great thing about the demo was that it was they completely nailed the vibe.
This is Galactic D calling in from the DIV. Glad to see you finally made it. We've already got a drop zone warmed up and waiting for you. So just head on over to the waypoint, detach your trailer in the designated area, and
Way,
I'll
even
meet you
though
at
it
your
was very
payload
rough,
spot.
it was missing a lot of graphics and stuff like that. And you can imagine yourself, like going from the pitch demo from way back up until now. Now we are seeing like this whole universe starting to come up. The building it block by block, new graphics everywhere, and yeah, it's truly amazing to see how far we actually come. From a gray untextured truck to a truck full of colors and different liveries. A whole, like in the demo, we only have, what is it, 3 or 4 sectors to explore out of 32, I think we have in the full game. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
all coming together very, very nicely.
Yeah. I totally agree. So now that we are seeing the demo, like we are looking at the gameplay, I don't know if you could explain a little bit about the world, the contracts, everything like missions, certificates. I guess people is curious about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there is so much that the Monster, the developers managed to put into this world that is just like super fun to just explore. But I mean, we have a bunch of different sectors. Like I mentioned, we have like 32 sectors in the full game. Then not in the demo, but in the full game for the players to then explore. And I mean, all the sectors have like different vibes and different. They look visually different. Some of them are very cold. Some of them are very warm. So you have to look. You have to actually, like be careful about going into certain sectors because you need to prepare. Make sure that you have all the systems up running and stuff like that to explore the systems, the sectors. So yeah, but 32 sectors. We have a bunch of cargo, of course. That's a huge
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, a bunch of different cargo types. So it can be some that you need to handle very carefully, some that you need to have fast delivery on, and then later in the more full game, it's going to be also hazardous cargo and stuff like that as well. So. Um, and yeah, and then I mean we have certificates as well, and with the certificates, I mean players who played the demo already, they might have spied on some of those certificates that they haven't been able to unlock yet, but they might have seen them, and it's a bunch of them really. And I mean most of these they unlock new cargo types and such. So I think it's about 33 certificates you can gain
Oh
all in
wow.
all in the full game. So it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, like I was saying, we have different. I'm not sure if they call it weather, but yeah, we have weather in space. Kind of. So we have different weather effects. You can drive into a new sector, and suddenly there's like a solar
Oh
flare storm.
yeah.
Yeah, so it gets very, very warm, very, very suddenly. So you have to make sure that your climate control unit is working, and also we have some shutters that you can actually shut the the windows as well, so it doesn't get too warm inside the truck either. So you have to rely on your little cameras to navigate through that sector. Um, yeah, I mean, we have a few more weather effects like electrical storms and such things as well. So
Yeah, we have seen some videos with the electric storms and they look
yeah.
amazing. I'm really curious about the other sectors and all the things you guys are working on. Look amazing. So maybe can you go like a little more in deep or explain like how some of this track system works?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like I said a little bit before, like if you go into a system where it's very, very cold, some players might have noticed that in the demo already. I think we have one of the sectors that is colder than the other one,
Oh yeah,
and
true.
yeah, so this one really affects one of the systems, which is the climate control unit.
Yeah.
And so it's very important to make sure that your climate control is actually working as it
Yeah.
should. And I mean all the systems can actually break down, or they need battery power to function as well. So yeah, it's good to keep an eye on this system as well, so make sure that they're all running. But more than the climate control unit, we also have the core systems, which is basically they're handling everything in your truck. If the core systems are not working, then you cannot drive your truck anymore basically. So and the core system, they need battery power, but they can also be tripped. So if you're like a bit not so careful when you're changing maybe batteries or the circuit cards of other systems, then you might trip the whole system. So the whole core system is like taken out of control. So then you need to go down and fiddle a little bit with the fuse box to make everything work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, we also have gravity, which controls the gravity inside the truck. I think a lot of players in the demo maybe noticed that gravity just disappeared
Yeah.
after a while, because I think you start with less. The battery of the gravity unit is kind of depleted already, so you kind of need to change the battery out pretty quickly. But yeah, a lot of stuff can happen. I mean, if you don't have gravity inside the truck, then if you're going pretty fast straight forward, and then all of a sudden you brake, all the things in your cargo hold is gonna come flying
Yes.
forward again. So yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you so
and
much. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, no, I mean we have also maglock system, but it's basically controlling the maglock, so the magnetic control for
Oh yeah.
whole hitching cargo or docking at stations and things like that. So. Uh, and yeah, one more thing as well, like the place needs to be very careful of making sure that your air filters are also working as intended, because they can run out, so they need to swap out their different air filters as well. Otherwise, no oxygen, and that's not good.
Yeah, no, that's not good for sure. uh, okay, Rasmus, thank you so much for replying to all these questions. It's really great to, well, as I said before, to know the production perspective and see things from another perspective for sure. I can see the people in the chat is excited for sure. Let's see. Husky Town is saying, love the demo. Can't wait for the release. Thank you so much. The most hazardous cargo is always the driver in the sea.
Well, that's very true, actually.
Yeah. Indeed, my man, indeed. Yeah, and sorry about the audio before. That was my fault. So, but yeah, I hope it's fixed now, and you guys can hear Rasmus okay, and the demo is not too loud. Sorry, that was my fault. Okay, then we can jump if you guys want. We can talk about some of the community concerns we have like heard these last few days regarding the demo. We really appreciate your feedback about the game. It's really helpful because it makes us realize what we need to tweak or we need to to check out for the next demo, or if we need to actually we are now working on fixing some things, so keep an eye on our socials. And yeah, let's start, for example, with some comments we have read on Steam, for example, regarding the distance, because some people feel like I don't know why, but the distance between the work and it's like too short. And the thing is, you guys are now playing the demo and getting to know what the Star Tracker really is, but just keep in mind that this is like a small part of the game. Like, so if you feel that the distance is now short, it's because of that. Obviously, when the game is out, you will be able to travel longer distances in the full game. And as Rasmus said before, you'll have access to different kind of jobs, sectors, cargos, everything. So what might feel like it's a small now, it's because we're showcasing only a small part of the game, because it is a demo. I don't know if you, Rasmus, want to like add something to this.
I mean, everything you said is super true. Like, yeah, the demo is just a very, very small slice of the full game. So it is gonna get a bit skewed, when you're only traveling between one or two systems based sectors. Yeah, so it's gonna be maybe you do one or two warp jumps maximum in the demo. But then, as we in the full game, then it's the whole galaxy is unlocked for the player, and they can travel around between all 32 different sectors. So then I'm sure they're gonna be like, jobs that require you to take, several warp jumps. And I mean, some of the sectors are also much bigger than some of the others. So you have to travel more in some systems than in others as well. So some systems might be small that you drive through, kind of like, you can stop for some gas, maybe pick up a cargo, and then you go to the next system. That's going to be much longer distance to travel, basically. But then, like it might be that you can have 4, 5, 6 warp jumps, maybe something like that. So
Great. Thank you so much, Rasmus. Another thing we have read a lot on Discord, for example, well, and social media as well is related, to tutorials and tips. These things that you guys are seeing now in the screen that helps you, realize what's the next step in your journey. Basically, we are working, on our onboarding, and we want to teach our players all this information so they are able to continue their adventure. Sorry. So the moment actually is not active in the demo, but eventually you'll be able to access like a service manual, so you can see the tutorials you skipped and some extra information about your track and the way you can play. So again, this is like a small part of the game. Please be excited because in the future there will be more. So yeah. I don't know if you want to say something about this, Rasmus. We can jump into another one, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the service manual, that's gonna be a huge thing, for
Yeah.
especially new players and also players like me. I mean, when I started playing more, when we got more the content more fleshed out in the game, and I started playing more, I kind of just wanted to jump in, completely blind into the game and see what I understood, what I didn't understand, and things like
Yeah.
that. But then in the end, like you have this whole first-time user experience that everyone goes through that you see in the demo as well. I mean, it's of course going to be tweaked. Certain things, is certain features that maybe some players understand more than others. So we're going to tweak that, of course. But then the big thing is going to be the service manual. So if there is anything that you wonder about the game after you completed the initial hour, basically, that you can always reach into the glove box and take out the service manual and read up on a few things. Like, oh, how did that thing work again? That wasn't the tutorial. Like, so you
Exactly.
can.
Yeah, that I feel that is going to be like really really useful. I find myself constantly checking these things in games because I forget something, so I can go there and check, the info that I forgot. So yeah, this will be more clear in the future for sure. Actually, related to this, we also read stuff about the waypoint markings, that they should be like clear, so you need where to go when you're not in the, you're not actually checking the map. But we are going to like keep refining the waypoints, so when you can check them out, they are clear, so you know where you have to go and what you have to do, what is going to be your next step. So okay, let's see what else. There are a lot of things we wanted to address, so you guys can be sorry about my cat. He has decided that he's now the protagonist of this show. So he's oh my god, I'm sorry. He constantly does this. Whenever I'm live, he's like, I want your attention. So not now, baby, not now. Okay. Let's go. The other stuff is more related to actually balancing. For example, regarding the gravity, we have read a lot of comments regarding the gravity. Just keep in mind that the balance right now has been set up in the with the partially depleted power cell. So our advice for you will be like to check your monitor screens so you can see all the relevant, diagnostic information on power, the system status, the track damage, and oxygen regeneration, which Rasmus already told you it's really, really, really important. So yeah, I don't know if you want to add something, or I forgot something, Rasmus. Sorry.
No, no. I mean, like you said, in the demo, this is also a little bit maybe skewed. You also start the demo with a almost depleted gravity power
Correct.
core to start with. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little bit strange there because you're gonna need to change out the gravity power core very quickly, which for some players can feel a bit like, oh, what happened now? So this is for sure something that we can come back and retweak a little bit. And but yeah, like, yeah, a lot of these things like for balancing, that's a constant, back and forth. We need to make some tweaks. We need to test everything, then go
Exactly.
back and make some more tweaks, and go back, back and forth a little bit until we are all pretty happy.
Yep, totally. Yeah, we'll keep refining things for sure, and keeping your feedback in mind always. We are constantly reading your comments everywhere, so no worries. We'll have them in mind when we are tweaking the game. Another comment we receive is related to batteries. Like, I don't know, I have to, constantly, I need to constantly, replace them or whatever. So just keep in mind also that some power cells are long life, but in the future you will be able to buy them, in the full game. Obviously, they will cost more. But yeah, this is like, like the first iteration in the demo. So uh, but actually, if you guys look around, in the cab, you can find some other batteries to swap, the ones you have. I don't know if I'm forgetting something again, sorry.
No, I think you were spot on there. Like, uh, it's very worth noting that there are difference between these different power cells,
Mm-hmm.
and what players can't see in the demo is that in the full game, of course, there's going to be stores where you can actually buy these power cells and things like that. And some of them are a bit cheaper, but they also contain less power. Some of them are more expensive, but they contain more power as well. So yeah, so in the demo as well, you only have, what is it? I think you have 4 or 5 power cells in total to kind of use during the demo.
Mm-hmm.
So of course it's gonna be much more in the full game as well. So
Yes, totally. Thank you, Rasmus, for like going more in deep. After my replies. Obviously, you have more like more knowledge about this stuff than me for sure. So let's see. So I don't forget anything. By the way, thank you guys in the chat. I'm not used to seeing so many people on Steam talking in the chat, so this is amazing. Let me read some comments while we are at it. Um, I am going to try the demo today. Will it support Hota's setup or eye tracking? So for the moment, we support keyboard plus mouse and controller setup, but Hotas is also a priority for us. So yeah, not sure about the eye tracking. I don't think so at the moment. Not sure, but yeah. Sorry, please go on.
I know, yeah, I mean, with the hotel setup and the eye tracking and all the stuff, that is super cool.
Yeah,
But we also are developers are a very small team. We have
exactly.
to remember that as well. So, I mean, like for example, the hotels setup, that's a big priority for us.
Yeah.
Eye tracking, we've been looking into it. It looks very, very cool and all, but we will have to see. There are other things we need to prioritize as well in the game. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Thank you, Rasmus. So, okay, another concern, from the community is the oxygen bar. We talked about this before.
mm,
So people was saying something like, okay, like I received, the alert like too late or when it's too late, so I don't have time to actually fix the stuff. So I die or whatever. So this is something that is really high, on our list of things to tweak. So we are going to take a look at that for sure. But here are some tips that we got from the devs. One, keep an eye on your life support diagnostics on the left monitor. That will let you know if your life support is failing to generate oxygen quicker than you're losing oxygen via hull breaches. And the second advice is obviously your spacesuit has its own supply, oxygen supply, sorry. So if you need time to make essential repairs or fix systems, just hop on in and it will give you a little like extra time. Obviously, if the spacesuit is charged, of course. Um, but yeah, as a general advice, we will say like always keep an eye, on the diagnostics. Use the monitor screens. It's always helpful as well to see if your power cells, sorry, are low or your systems are failing. Check the oxygen supply, and you make sure that it's charged. And yeah, obviously we are going to keep looking at all these concerns, and addressing balance issues. Sorry. Um, and yeah, I don't know if I'm forgetting something. Let me check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think like doing pre-check of systems before you actually go out and do different, cargo hauling
Yep.
jobs. That's always very good, to keep in mind. Like before you can accept a job, but before you actually set out to pick up the cargo and go on your way, just like because when you're actually docked with a job aboard station, you actually have external power.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot really. Then you're getting power from the space station itself. So you're safe while you're docked, so to say. So
Exactly.
it's a really good opportunity just to check over all the different batteries if you
Mm-hmm.
have like running low on something, or if you might have fried some circuit boards and things like that. So yeah, just do a pre-check flight.
Amazing. No. That's a really, really good advice. I remember this time I tried to refuel while I was docked. Like, this is the complete opposite. So I couldn't refuel and I couldn't figure out why. And I was like, okay, it was because I was docked and I didn't have access to the actual thing. So please, guys, don't be like me. That's the reason I'm not playing the demo today, because I need to practice. I'm getting red. But yeah, also a few more advices that the devs share with us. If you get too many hull breaches, your life support won't be able to replace oxygen as quickly as you lose it. So just keep an eye on everything. Well, we said this before, and make sure to fix excessive amounts of hull breaches. And you can also fully repair your truck hull in the paint shop. So obviously it has a cost, but you also have some liveries to unlock and color customizations to experiment with. This is something apart, but it's really cool to know as well. So yeah, we also got some questions, Rasmus, but not sure if we can reply to them. Let me find
Yeah,
them.
let's see.
Do you think we can say a little bit more about maybe economy and contraband, or is this something like we should do in the future?
Yeah, I don't really want to spoil too much.
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, we're gonna have economy systems and also systems for contraband. So as you might have seen in the demo, you can actually get scanned by security drones.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you don't have anything illegal in your truck.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, the goal here is basically like if you wanna earn a little bit of extra cash on the side, maybe they're gonna be illicit goods that you can pick up from various black market traders and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's a hefty reward for you if you manage to maybe smuggle these to other sectors and stuff like that. But yeah, it's yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much of that one.
No.
and yeah, I mean economy as well. I think the goal is that we're going to have different prices for different sectors.
Yeah.
So if you buy some items in one sector, you can actually take them to another sector and sell them for a higher price. But yeah, we're probably going to have more information about it later.
Nice. Okay, let me try with this one from. By the way, this was from Melokub. Thank you so much. No, this was Melokub was the one asking about Ojotas, and Husky Town was asking about the economy. So now let's go with Erekesi. Is it planned to be able to combine and hold multiple contracts? Yeah, containers at a time.
Multiple cargo containers at one time. Yes, that is the plan. So I think in the demo you can only have one cargo container at a time.
Yep.
But you're gonna have at least 2 and 3. This is what I think right now, at least. So yeah, it's still something that we're balancing very much because it is physics in space needs to make sense when you do things like this. So it's still that's mainly why we don't have it in the demo yet, but because it's something we're still working and tweaking a little bit on, and we weren't really happy with how it was working right now. So yeah, but we're definitely coming back to this soon.
Nice. Mariela, our brand manager, is also on the chat. Mariela, we cannot pet the cat in the game, unfortunately. I would love to do that. Mine, I mean, I will be the first in love with that feature.
We
But yeah,
have a new top priority task. I'm gonna
exactly.
call the devs. We need a cat in the cargo hold.
That would be amazing for sure. Well, we can only dream. Okay. By the way, the game is awesome. Thank you so much, Howard Bello. And let's see. Uh, Thanks for the reply. No worries. Mariela is sad now. We need a space cat.
Yeah, we need space cat. Oh
We need a
damn.
space cat for sure. Oh, okay. I guess we can. I think we cover like everything we had in mind, so we can wrap up. Thank you so much, guys, for being there. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and being able to, to explain more things about the Star Tracker. Being able to, to play this really different concept of a game. So thank you, Rasmus, for going deep in the production side of things. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was super nice to be here.
And yeah, hopefully see you guys soon in a different stream. So thank you again for being there. And yeah, see you in the nearest galaxy. Bye.
Bye.